everybody, and welcome to another edition of Joe's RodShop podcast. I'm your host, Joe Funsell. All right, now, before we get started, guys, remember, click that like and subscribe button. Doesn't matter what platform you're watching this on, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, anything, go like and subscribe to the page, and you'll get notifications when we actually put one of these things out. Remember, this episode is brought to you by the V8 shop. If you're looking for V8 parts from 350 to LS, V8 shop's one of the longest running V8 importers in the country. Go check out their website at the8shop.co.za, or go check them out on Facebook. They've got a lot of new products coming out, and I love working with these guys. They're absolutely great. All right, now on to today's show. WinMyRide. Now, I was actually in Cape Town, and I met up with the guys from OLE, so you can see who else has actually been behind this whole thing. And they talk about OLE, the project, MTN, and everyone that's involved, and how far this car has actually gone. So there's a lot of big developments happening. The car's moving really quickly at the moment, and it looks phenomenal. So here's Frank, and we're actually joined by Brent as well. And enjoy the show. Okay, so this is a bit of a different podcast we are doing. So we have Frank Hart from OLE, but now we've got Brent with us as well. Now we're at his house, Mr. Bagsy himself. And we're here to talk about WinMyRide.
Absolutely.
A lot has happened.
Like more than a lot.
We know the project has, it looked like, with COVID and everything, there was a bunch of stuff, but now it's just like escalating so quickly. It's like right on top of each other.
She's coming alive.
So just to do a recap, Frank, and we've got Frank on the line. How's it, Brew? How are you doing?
How's it, everyone? Good, man. Good. Doing well on this side, eh?
He was supposed to join us here, so we can actually have coffee with beer. It is early in the morning, but unfortunately, he had some work to do on his side. But cars and primer,
absolutely.
Hey,
looks amazing, absolutely amazing. It's looking like the very near the finished product, so it's good.
To recap from where we were the last time, so first off, Racing Arts come in with the wheels.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there was a lot of discussion around the wheels and tires and stuff on this car. Now we need people to understand, when you build something like this that is that custom, obviously you can't keep normal things. Everything needs to be adjusted.
Correct.
And the issue we had, so Racing Art has built this specific wheel, which is made for the E30 mark.
Yeah.
That they've supplied now for the car. And it looks beautiful. We photoed the photos.
It's ridiculous.
And we're going to be giving a set away very soon as well.
Next coming weeks.
So, but the big issue, and now the set that we've got on the car, we made wider. We are making wider because it's a wide body. We need a bit of a lip to get that style and stuff done. And this is why I love Racing Hard. And the guys, they really, they know their shit. Okay, they do. So when we came to tires, there's no point in us building a car to give to people in the market, and they won't be able to find tires for it.
100%. Yeah.
What's the point if it's only a set of tires, like a guy like me who's in the industry and knows people could get it? It makes no sense. How are you gonna place the tires? So we've actually set up, made sure that because the car's got 17-inch wheels on it, that we're using tires that actually you can buy anyway. And so that was a big change that we're doing. We've got a bit of a lip going on it. The center pieces of the wheels are going black, the same color as the gloss black that's going onto the bonnet and that type of stuff. So the wheels are going to be exactly the same. The wheels are beautiful. So that's coming up. They've come, they've spec'd, they've checked. What we've also done in order to help the spacing, we are having, Racing Arts is having special spaces made, so to make sure that the offset of that wheel sits absolutely perfect. So the stance is brilliant.
Yeah. The attention to detail is phenomenal on all parties.
Then King's Custom finished off the roll cages in.
Yeah.
However, we had a few snags on the roll cage. One being you couldn't open the latch for the bonnet anymore, so that had to be changed. The bar went across the mirror, so we had to move that. So there was small changes that we had to do because look, roll cage is normally for a race car.
Absolutely.
We're just doing this as an extra safety precaution on the car.
Yeah.
So also with the amount of power that we're going into this thing. So that's done. The adjustable suspension. Frank, I know you completely drooled over the coilovers.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Those things are stunning, absolutely stunning. Yeah, the second you look at the car as she stands at the moment, those red springs, those red coilovers, it's stunning. That's one of the first things I look at a car. Is the suspension. I want to feel how that car goes around corners, and especially on a track. So yes, hopefully I'll get a chance to take her around the track. Just putting that out there.
So for the guys now, we've done an adjustable suspension on this. So which means you can set the ride height. Originally we wanted to go to air ride. Okay. But I mean, Frank and I, we spoke, it's been done.
Yeah.
Everyone's done air ride. Okay. Everyone's done cars that are more show and no go. We wanted to build something that is drivable. You know, you can take it, you can light up the back tires because the tires are now cheaper. On the back and replaceable. So you can light up the back tires, and you can. This is now become a driver's car. So so suspension and stuff looks beautiful. The only thing now, obviously, the motor and stuff has to be go back in first. We've got still cross braces coming on just to tighten up that suspension even more. Then Steelroad. You do not want to know the amount of hours those guys have put into this thing.
Yeah, we've seen,
the stuff I loved about them. So obviously, the car that we've purchased, the body kit that we got from overseas, okay, was made for E30, but I think it's a later model. So, and the ones that we had certain sections. So the body kit has pieces on it which our car doesn't have it. So it doesn't adapt according to the bumpers that we had on the car or side skirts or anything like that. Steelroad made everything. Yeah. They handmade the beadings, everything onto that car. They handmade everything so that thing sits flush, so that body kit sits flush. It works with the current bumpers. I mean, hours went into fabricating that thing. They even look in the beginning. We said we know the car had when we had to fix all the rust issues and stuff. We knew the car had a bit of a bang on the left front. We lost a day because Willie is so pedantic that everything lines up. The car was, I think it was more like 40, not even 40 mil. It was a tiny amount that the bumper was out. So he put the car back onto the jig and made sure that he could cover the gaps. They've run through that car to make sure, because gap spacing is a big thing for me. Make sure that every gap on the door, every sill is exactly the same. 100%. I mean, that's just phenomenal. And now the paint's going on. Yeah. So the other part that's now also happened. So our braking system comes from Woolwood. And for this one, we didn't go to just close to, we actually went Woolwood. So my friend Mike, who heads up Woolwood in the USA, has come on board. So we have got slotted, ventilated discs going onto the thing. Okay, you don't know what that means. That means it looks like a racing car. No. They're like super thick. They've got holes in them for better ventilation. We've got 6-pod calipers going on the front. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
I think we're running 4 pods. They've taken us where we've actually gone to them and gone, this is what we're doing with the car. This is our sizing. This is our hub size and everything. And Mike has come back to us and go, okay, this application is too much. This is the ratio between there's a ratio between front braking and rear braking. Like, I'm like, oh, it looks so cool. We've got 6-pod calipers all around. And then Woolwood goes, no. It's too much braking on the back. You need to tone it down. We need to do a smaller caliper on the back. So they've put it out, everything for us. Even with the fact that there's a material shortage all over the world, they are making these calipers and stuff for our car, and they are FedExing them to us. I mean, air freight, so we get them in time. So yeah, Woolwood, dude, thanks. So when we've got you here, you wanted to give, I mean, you OLE, you and I have started this thing from day one. Yeah. So explain to everybody now, where did OLE come from in this whole project?
So I come from obviously a company called Ole Connect. We've been in the mobile industry for the past 15 years, working heavily with big brands like MTN, Vodacom, Safaricom overseas. And when we met you through mutual colleagues of ours, obviously the vision of WinMyRide was just an absolute no-brainer in the sense that we could take a car from being a so-called rust bucket, which was only discovered later, but a rust bucket, and literally do what the big boys overseas like West Coast Customs do, but utilizing South African businesses with the assistance of certain companies from overseas, but using South African craftsmen to bring a project to life. And at the same time, we've obviously gone through building of this BMW. We've also filmed it, as all the guys know, and they can actually see the car coming to life, and also the attention to detail that the South African craftsmen have put into this vehicle. Because you mentioned it in previous shows, so often people just, they go and buy a BMW, or they go and buy a specific car they want to build, and they respray the thing, or they wrap the car up and they give it away, and they don't really care. They've got their time in the sun. We are literally building a show quality car that one of our PockitTV, our Ole Connect users can stand a chance of driving away in. And for us, and I speak on behalf of Joe and the extended Ole team, it's been phenomenal working with yourself, Joe. We went through some very, very tough times during pandemic with lockdown. We also had the riots that happened in Joburg and Durban over a certain period of time, and put lots of pauses and delays on the vehicle. You mentioned early on just getting some of the parts, and now having to get FedExed in, especially for this project. If we had to do them the normal route, we probably wouldn't get them in time for the build. And I think, like, hats off to yourself for the way that you've helped manage this entire process, and obviously SA Hot Rods. Working with yourself as an industry leader has been absolutely phenomenal. And I know he's paying me to say this, paying me lots of money, but it has been an open and honest relationship the whole way through. And that's what myself, Frank, and the extended Ole team have really appreciated.
Well, thanks,
so
guys.
Thank you to SA Hot Rods. And I implore everyone out there, if you're ever looking for a build to be done, or one of your custom cars to be photoshopped or reviewed, hit this dude up. He's the only person you want to deal with in this country.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Like you said, look, we've had massive delays on this thing.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those guys where I always believe something happens for a reason. I mean, with changes and stuff that we've gone for the car, I mean, to me, the car from our original idea, the market, we adapted the car according to the market, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't, because that's car building. Frank, you with me as well. You know, when you start off with the project and you go, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to look cool and and then as you're building it, things change, and you stick to that same platform. At the end of it, then you come up and you go, oh man, I should have done that. I should have dubbed it. I should have gone that route. And that's what we did. We adapted the car the whole time to fit the market and work with the market. And our sponsors worked with us.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
I mean, and the companies who work, I mean, MadLab created MTN Yellow.
I know, which is amazing.
I mean, MTN Yellow. I love that. I love that sound of MTN Yellow. Okay, is MTN okay that we say calling it MTN Yellow?
And you cool. But with MTN, I must also give a shout out to MTN for their support of this project, because PockitTV is an MTN branded service. We've been in partnership with MTN for the last 10 years. Video has absolutely flown through the ceiling. It's expanded so quickly and rapidly. And for MTN to get on board and support this project over the board, also with us coming back with delays due to COVID, due to certain elements that prevented us from getting the car out on the time frame that we originally wanted, a mad shout out to MTN for their support and continued support. And we can't wait for that finished product, that MTN Yellow, zooped up Gesheshe, to be parked out MTN's head office. It's going to be breathtaking.
But I love the fact that with this build, I mean, like you said, people don't understand normally when it comes to these cars that gets given away, and you're right, it's much quicker builds, quick turnaround time, a lot of branding and this type of stuff, and the focus is more on the marketing the car than as in to get the name out there than anything else. The fact that MTN understood this is building a quality car.
100%.
This is about doing one of the best builds in the country, hands down.
Best, and also the safety elements that have gone into this car. A lot of
Exactly.
these giveaway cars, they give an average person on the street a car, which they've very luckily won due to obviously entry mechanisms. And those people are not necessarily equipped from a safety point of view to handle the power put down by the types of vehicles that they're winning.
Exactly.
So the attention to detail that all the contractors, or all the sponsors, I should say, have put into making sure that not only this is a safe car, but a flipping sexy looking car has been next level. Yeah.
So tomorrow, as we sit today, tomorrow the paint's going on, MTN yellow is going on. So this is probably by the time this thing goes out, I think it's going to be all over. People are going to see the color.
Yeah.
People are going to see the car. We are heading from here, from this point to where the car is now getting painted. It's going back to Ace Customs. They've rebuilt. See, stuff you always forget about. So we put a roll cage in it. We have the dashboard fixed, so we put a roll cage in, and then forgetting that now the roll cage is in the space of where the where the dash needs to go.
Yeah.
So
And the rearview mirror.
And so Ace Customs and now took the dashboard back to so we could see where the pipes and everything goes through, so they could readjust the dashboard in order to fit, so everything fits perfectly. So once it's not going to be a hack job and just a square cut and you see the pipes going like you see on a race car. Everything's getting cut and done perfectly. That's been redone. The Rockford sound system still going in. Okay. The car is heading through to our good friends at Future Tech Fittings, where they are running insane brake lines, fuel lines. They're upgrading the entire fuel system and that type of stuff. They are currently installing a dyno where the car's going to go on. So the car's still going to get dynoed.
And we're going to live stream that.
Yes. So we'll put out the date for when the live stream on the dyno is going to be. So we're going to be live from there, because I'm sure everybody wants to see what this thing's going to do. And then it's going to be the giveaway. We need to get a track day in.
We definitely will.
I mean,
I've got certain colleagues that are itching to get their hands on the wheel, and maybe what we can do is also do a lucky giveaway and get one of our viewers down from PockitTV to come and track test it with us.
I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah,
very good idea. But then we need to get like a
and Frank, before he kicks me
Thank you.
the table.
Thank you. I was thinking about it.
Fine, Frank, you can be there as well.
Frank.
Okay.
We need someone to wave a flag every now and again.
People are still asking us, how do you enter and how do you win the car? Let's clear this thing up once and for all.
Clear the air. So obviously, with regards to entry mechanisms, we started off WinMyRide in the early days and had an SMS mechanism as part of the entry. Those SMSs still do apply. They're all in a database and they'll all be audited as part of the entry mechanism. Then with MTN's sole involvement in the project, PockitTV then became the exclusive host for obviously the WinMyRide product, the WinMyRide video footage. And for every user that subscribes and for every day that they stay subscribed to PockitTV, they get a free entry into the competition. So PockitTV, just to give an overview, is not just WinMyRide car footage. It's got SA Hot Rods, all of SA Hot Rod shows. We've got kids content
there's gaming stuff.
There's plenty of gaming stuff.
A lot of soccer stuff.
Football stuff, gaming stuff, celebrity content. Sports we cover drastically because of our association with our sister company in the UK, Planet Sports Publishing, who run some of the world's biggest websites. So PockitTV is a home and a destination portal for all of your entertainment. And I must also implore you guys to come and visit it from a music point of view. Our partner, Julian, up in Johannesburg, runs a company called Discover TV, and they were instrumental in the hard lockdown that the world went through in giving a voice and a life to up-and-coming artists. And he ran on PockitTV, he ran over 250 live streams with artists from the UK, with artists from South Africa. So I implore you, come and support local music. We've got a number of live shows that happen on a weekly basis, live stream from various venues around Johannesburg. And yeah, it's a destination for family fun and good quality content.
So what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to put a link in through to PockitTV.
Absolutely.
So confirm, every day you're on PockitTV, you get an entry.
Every single day you're a member of PockitTV, you get a free entry into winning the BMW Geschichte. MTN yellow, kitted out to the nines.
It's nothing. I mean, it's simple. It's all you need to do.
Absolutely. And just to add spot prizes, we're going to be giving away the same rims for someone's daily driver. So there are spot prizes from now until the build giveaway.
All right, guys. So WinMyRide, PockitTV, MTN yellow.
MTN yellow.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks so much for being on the show.
It's a pleasure to you and to the extended team.
Thanks, Joe.
Working on the car right this second.
Yeah.
Mad props to all of those guys.
You know, really, I love those guys. So, but you know, they went right through December working on the car.
I know.
Like they didn't stop.
Yeah.
They just, I think it took off like Christmas. You know, the rest of the time they've just been making that thing awesome. Guys, it's going to be brilliant.
Absolutely.
It's going to be beautiful. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers.
Thanks, Joe.
Frank.
Cheers, eh?